Hello and welcome to Entirely English, the online English school, where in our YouTube videos we are looking at various things to do with English language and culture. And we are continuing with our meeting and greeting part of the manners series. Can you tell me what I have done wrong? A gentleman always takes off his hat. When he enters a room or enters a building, he should not wear a hat inside. When meeting another man on the street, you'll often just do that, little tip of the brim. With a lady, you take off your hat. Why? Well, again, a bit like the handshake, this originates with the knights of the Middle Ages. When two knights met each other, they would raise their visor. That's the front piece of the helmet. They would raise it and show their face. That was courtesy. To let the other person know who they were facing, whether in a fight or just a meeting on the road. This gesture of lifting the visor is actually what developed into the salute. Or that. It's about lifting the visor. It's respect. And gentlemen do it with their hat. They take off the hat to reveal their full head. So if you're a gentleman, when you enter a room, when you enter a home, when you meet a lady, you remove your hat. Obviously, hats like that one I just had are not so popular these days. I think they still look good. But even if you're wearing a baseball cap or a beanie or something like that, you really should take it off, particularly when you enter a house. Girls, ladies, women might not appreciate it now, but I still think it's a valid thing to do. Now, on the subject of greeting, we can also talk about letters. Like with anything else, formal and informal, there's big differences. If you're writing to a friend, you say, "Hey, John, how you doing?" When you're writing a formal letter to somebody or a company, you always have a formula which you should follow. If you're writing to a named person, you address it "Dear Mrs. Smith," and you end it with "Yours sincerely." If you're writing to somebody you don't know, again a company, and you address it to "Dear Sir / Madam," you end it with "Yours faithfully." Why? With a named person, we use sincerely. It means in truth, genuine. What I've written is true. Faithfully, when you write to a non-named person, means I'm sending this in trust. I am giving you my word. I'm giving you my trust. I am faithful to you. Some people end letters with "best wishes." Best wishes is wrong. That's fine if you're sending a birthday card or a Christmas card, best wishes. And best regards is just vacuous. It has no real meaning. Just I'm looking at you in a good way. So the rule, if you're going to be writing formal letters, sincerely for a named person, faithfully for an unnamed person. One little trick for remembering it is Faith is a girl's name. So there should only be the two names on the letter. The one you address it to, and sincerely, or the unnamed person on the address line, and faithfully. It's just a little trick I use to remember it. When meeting a business colleague, maybe from another company or from an office abroad, we will often, well, I say often, I'm not sure how current this is, but there is still, I think, the custom of giving each other your business card. In Britain, we're a little bit like in Japan. In Japan, when you give somebody a business card, they don't do the thing and just put it in the pocket. They look at it, they examine it, they're showing respect by viewing your card. And we have that not to such an extreme, but in Britain, if somebody gives you a business card, you will look at it before putting it away. Don't just take it and dump it. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the previous video, but a good trick for remembering names when you meet somebody, it's very difficult, particularly if you're at a party or conference, something like that. Remembering names if you're meeting several people can be difficult. For me, sometimes just meeting one person, remembering the name is difficult, so a good habit to form is to repeat the name. As I said, I might have mentioned this in the last video, I don't recall. So you say, this is Keith Marrow. Oh, hello Keith, nice to meet you. Blah, blah, blah. So Keith, where are you from? Maybe a third time if you really want to solidify it. Tell me, Keith, what is your opinion of ta-ta-ta? Oh, and that's an interesting thing as well. There are subjects in Britain which are considered taboo in conversation. When you're meeting somebody for the first time, you don't know them very well. Don't talk about religion. Don't talk about their salary. And try to stay away from politics. Sometimes the person you're talking to will bring this up, but, you know, go with the flow. But don't you raise those subjects with a British person. They are taboo. Obviously sex as well. I was like, hey, what's your favourite position? You're going to be in trouble with that one. But that's the end of this video. I wanted to keep this one short. They're just a couple of things that I'd forgotten to mention in the previous video. If you have any thoughts, please do comment below. If you're interested in English lessons, contact me through the web pages listed below in the description. And I will see you again very soon for the next subject in our manners series. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye bye now.